I'm Mike.
And I'm Matt.
And this is The Coin Show. On episode 160 of the Coin Show podcast, Matt and I are going to talk about the usual stuff. We're going to talk about the coolest thing that walked into my shop this week. I don't know about Matt's,
Nothing.
But we're going to talk about the coolest thing that walked into my shop this week. And we're going to answer some listener questions. But first, as always, the news.
I have a new news theme.
News. That sounds way more legit than we are.
I think it does. I think you're right, actually.
Just saying. So the news, as well as the entire Coin Show, is brought to you by our patrons. Thank you to all the wonderful people that have gone to www.patreon.com/thecoinshow. If you like what we do, you can go there. You can become a patron. You get 2 extra shows a month because we do something a little different and a little special for the patrons.
Super special secret
when we don't record.
Cast.
What's up?
I was just telling them the name of the super special secret podcast.
Yeah, it's the super secret special podcast. But this episode of the news, because, we're all waiting for this, is brought to you by the alphabet.
Ooh.
Without letters, language and history would be nearly impossible to document. Thank goodness for the alphabet. Currently available in Greek, Cyrillic, Hebrew, and Latin. The alphabet.
That's a good one. I like that one a lot.
Sad news in the coin world, Matt.
Yeah.
Glenna Goodacre passed away April 13th at her home in Santa Fe, New Mexico. The artist is probably best known for her design of Sacagawea on the Sacagawea and Native American dollar coins.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw this. She was, 80, I think?
She was 80 years old, yeah. So Goodacre always kind of struck me as a sharp cookie. When she won the contest to design the new dollar coin, she asked that her money be delivered in those coins. So it was $5,000, and she got it all in the new dollar coins. Then she went to, was it PCGS?
Well, not only did she ask for them to be paid in those new dollar coins, she asked for them to be paid in specially burnished dollar coins.
Well, did she ask for the burnished treatment, or did they just give her that?
I don't know who asked for it, but according to reading the article, it says the artist receives $5,000 for her work on the new dollar in the form of 5,000 specially burnished and surface-treated coins.
Yep. So they were special.
Oh, no. So it says here, a format unexpected by her and unannounced in advance. So she didn't request it, but she got it that way.
But the Mint gave it to her as kind of an extra special thing.
Yeah.
Maybe they were inspired by how smart it seemed for her to be, to do that. And then on top of it, she went to, I think it was PCGS. You could probably help me out on that. But had them capsulated and pedigreed to her, and then sold them for many, many multiples of face.
Yeah, I do believe it was PCGS that certified them, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I had one, but I believe.
Yeah, so PCGS. She took something that was just cash. It was a direct deposit. It was a payment.
Right. It was just a paycheck, and
turned it into something that was way more than that. She just always struck me as somebody really smart.
Yes.
So Glenna Goodacre also sculpted a work entitled Irish Memorial, which was installed at Penn's Landing in Philadelphia, as well as the Women's Vietnam Memorial on the National Mall in Washington, D.C. So she was 80 years old. NGC has certified a canvas bag as holding first day of issue Kennedy $50.
I saw this too.
This is crazy.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
2,000 Kennedy halves were sent to NGC in a sealed Federal Reserve Bank canvas bag dated March 19th, 1964. So this was 5 days before the official release date of the coin.
Right.
That's just insane. You know, they surface 50 years later, and for somebody to actually authenticate that,
Yeah,
that took a lot of expertise.
I mean, I'm not even sure you could, but
Well, and that's kind of where I was pointing that. It's one of those things where they had experts come in and and help them, and they looked and the bag was stitched and
well, if you
all
look
this
at
stuff.
if you
But I mean,
scroll
think
down,
about it. If you have enough money, you could reproduce almost all of that stuff.
right? But if you scroll down, I mean, you'll see that they were actually in a metal bucket, and that's how
Right,
they
they
were
were in a bucket.
delivered to NGC.
But again, all of these things are things that can be reproduced. So, I mean, authenticating them, that falls to a special.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if it was
But
something that was
I mean,
put
it
together,
seems legit enough. The whole thing is that they say that they've never seen any of these before. So what do you have to compare it against?
well, but
What
you have other
authentic example
bags.
can you compare?
You have other bags that exist from the same time period, so
Well, nickels and pennies.
yeah. But I mean, they would have been sealed the same way. So if you've seen enough of those, you can understand how they would have been sealed, what kind of to
I
look for
guess.
there. I mean, it's not out of the question that they
Yeah.
could be authenticated.
Well, I mean,
It's
I'm not, for a second saying that it's fake. I'm just saying that authenticating them, that's a project. So, the coins themselves will be sold on RCTV. Jack McNamara, the senior coin buyer for the Enterprise, is the person who sent the bag to NGC.
Huh. Oh, and I'm sitting here looking at the live chat, and
Yeah.
it looks like we were corrected on the last story. It looks like Glenna Goodacre sent her coins to ICG to be pedigreed.
ICG. There you go. That's what it was.
Thank
Well,
you,
we said
listeners,
we didn't
keeping us
know.
honest.
Hey, you know what? They keep us honest. They kept us honest last week.
That's right. Keep it up. Thank you.
Yes. So, one can only imagine what type of premium they're going to try and charge for these coins, though.
I mean, if you want one of these coins out of this first strike special bag, just wait a couple of years and buy them on the secondary market.
Oh,
There's no
absolutely.
reason to buy them now.
Although they said that about the GSA dollars, right?
Well, yeah, but
I'm just being stupid. So, and in my typical pointed way, I wrote here, cool artifact.
cool
And the fact
artifact,
that
bro.
it survived was really cool. But it no longer exists.
Right.
They unsealed it. So it's now just a footnote in the annals of numismatic history. Gone forever.
Cool artifact, bro.
Well, no, it was more like, yeah, it was a really cool artifact. And then you destroyed it. So, hey, I hold these 15, 10 commandments. I don't know.
I like it. I like it.
Whitman has canceled their June coin and collectibles exposition, Boar's Floor, but they have rescheduled for November, by which time we should be hearing about COVID-20. I think I was tired when I was writing this. I'm not sure.
It's I can tell the tired news, and I think this is the tired news.
This is the tired news.
Yeah, it's the Mike's been working a lot news.
Oh, I'm doing the best I can.
You go
So
for
the
it.
auctions by Stack's Bowers Galleries will be held in California at their offices as previously scheduled, but all other expo activities will be held in November. So I think it's cool. I think that people will be itching to get back to a show before year's end.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
We'll have to see if anyone tries to schedule one for October next.
It's just kind of this rolling blackout right now with everything.
Right, but think about it, so you want to be that first show that opens.
Oh yeah, sure, but you also don't want to be that show that.
You're going to have people with wads and wads of cash that have been
Well, but
dying.
you also don't want to be that show that opens too early and somebody gets everybody sick.
Well, no, not
You know,
that. I'm
that's
talking
the other
about just
thing,
from a
too.
commerce standpoint. You want to be the first one that throws his gates open because,
Sure. Oh, I agree. The first show after all this is done and they actually have a true show is going to be gangbusters, and
Yeah.
I'm probably just going to go just because I almost have to go.
they could have it in like Tulsa. And it wouldn't
Puxatawny.
matter. So, in other COVID news, Stack's Bowers Galleries has announced a pop-up collector's choice ancient and world coin online auction
Whoa.
for the month of May.
All right,
Um,
jumped ahead.
And I think this is kind of a sign of the times. People can't be in public spaces. But more and more venues are utilizing their online presence to continue doing business during the pandemic.
Well, I know we have. I mean, we've talked about this a few times now. I know that our online has just been gangbusters. So,
Yeah, well, I mean, look, businesses have to survive too. So, what I've seen, particularly here in Chicago, is look, the first week they locked us down, ghost town.
right.
Now people are figuring out ways to do what they need to do. Look, there's still a lot of people out of work. There's still a lot of people that aren't, getting paychecks, but the people that are able to are working. They're just doing it in different ways. They're adapting and they're trying to overcome. So, like I said, I think that's just kind of a sign of the times. So the next Collector's Choice auction was scheduled for June and will take place as scheduled. This May one is an adjunct. It's an extra. It's a freebie.
Right.
Oh, and the lots will have no reserve.
Ooh, that's cool.
So Stax kind of dropped the mic on that.
Yeah, I mean that's going to help.
Oh, absolutely. So the United States Mint has resumed operations at its West Point, New York facility.
I saw this. Thankfully.
Yeah, New York has been really, really hard hit by COVID-19. Yeah. So, the facility has been thoroughly cleaned according to CDC guidelines in order to further reduce employees' risk of exposure. This is the primary mint facility for bullion production.
Yeah, I was just
probably the mint's most in-demand item right now.
Yeah, for sure.
So
I'm glad that they were able to reopen, with their social distancing, whatever measures they're putting in place. Hopefully they can continue to get the products out. But I think I saw a question go by earlier, too, that somebody was wondering if they were going to, if there was going to be any effects of this, mint shutdown and slowdown in production, and if they were going to actually cancel anything or, just if stuff was going to get pushed back. And the answer is we don't really know yet.
Well, I think the Mint has taken just a general TBA attitude about it.
Yeah.
And they haven't really announced anything or said anything or even leaned one way or the other. I think their hope is that, they'll be able to just continue to produce their items and still put them out there.
I think now they're just kind of doing what everybody else is doing and still trying to figure everything out.
Well, short of having to shut down or shorten hours at facilities, that's the only thing that's really going to stop things from happening. And, they really haven't had to do that.
Right.
The West Point was in New York, and New York got really hard hit. And, it's funny because bullion, the one mint you want to shut down that you can't do anyplace else, you got to shut down the bullion depository. But,
right.
That's the way it kind of works. So, yeah. And with all of this new production, the Mint has decided to raise product prices for 15 products.
You don't say.
Yeah. So while I can typically understand that prices are going to go up from time to time, 13 of the 15 products aren't even bullion-related items.
Oh, really? Well,
they raised the price $3 on the 4-coin Innovation Dollar Proof set.
You know why?
Because they're $24 now. Yeah, it's an innovative new price.
It's because they can. That's why.
Yeah, because they can. Yeah, because you can't do anything about it. The uncirculated Silver Eagle and the 5-ounce hockey pucks both went up. Mint sets went up another $3.30. Why?
Great question. No idea.
Silver proof sets went up to $63.25. Now, most likely it's based on the 999 blanks.
Yeah, probably.
But those actually cost less than the 90% blanks.
Yeah, but they don't want you to know that.
So they said they were going to save money by using 999 blanks. Now they're charging us more for the coins. The limited edition silver proof set went up an additional $20.
Now that's nuts. I don't understand that.
So, it's like a buddy of mine sent me a cartoon the other day that I haven't seen in a long time. It's on his refrigerator, and it's these two guys. They're about this big, right? And there's a balloon that's as big as they are, bigger than they are, in between the two of them. It's like, how much? So
what?
It just says, how much? So it kind of reminds me of that.
A little bit.
So let's see. The limited edition silver proof set went up an additional $20. So by the way, The 2019 silver proof set is still available at the lower price, and you get a reverse proof Lincoln set. Just saying.
Just saying. Just putting that out there.
And here's the kicker for me. Okay, so the 2020 Native American coin and currency set. This thing had better have some special coin in it.
I was going to say there better be something in there to raise it like double. Then
yeah, they went from $15.95, which for a dollar bill and a dollar coin is already like bordering on strong arming people.
Right.
Got raised to $34.50.
That's nuts.
But I need to stop. So
yeah, you're just going to make people angry, I think.
Well, you can tell I am.
I was going to say you're getting
I'm one of the guys that buys this crap.
You're getting a little spicy over there, buddy.
Yeah, I guess so. So that said, the 2020 silver proof set is now available.
Okay.
This year's silver proof set is currently listed as no longer available on the U.S. Mint website. First day sales totaled 183,456.
Okay.
That was 96.1% of all the sets on hand. So, yeah, they're listed as no longer available, but they'll be in stock again relatively soon.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's kind of in line with the rest of the sets that they put out. Looking at the graphic here.
Yeah, if you look at the chart, you give this some perspective. Last year's first 5 days sales totaled 191,670, and the most recent sales figure is still under 400,000.
Right. So, I mean, it seems like it's still kind of in line with the, I mean, especially releasing, in April. I mean, April 17th, right in the middle of all this mess, they still sold 183,000 sets. That's pretty good.
And first day sales almost equaled first 5 days sales. Well, that's doing pretty well. The drawing card this year is a 2020 reverse proof Jefferson nickel.
Okay. So
I think that this will drive sales just like last year, but not to the same extent.
Yeah. Got to give
it's still a novelty. It's still cool, but
well, I mean, but that's the only way to get it. So you gotta have
now,
it, right? It's marketing, buddy.
Well, they're doing something. I'm not complaining.
Right. No.
So to answer one of the questions that we got pre-show, the U.S. Mint produced 3.2 billion coins for circulation in Q1 of 2020. Now that sounds like a lot, but this is the lowest total since 2013.
Well, there you go. Now we know. I mean, we know why. It's not like it's a secret.
Well, I mean, we're just not doing the commerce that we did. So It truly does show you that they do this to the needs of commerce. They don't just pick a number and start making it.
Yeah.
And no, they will not be rare or scarce. And look at the upside. Fewer coins means less money wasted making pennies.
That's true. Pennies and nickels.
Yeah. National Coin Week has come and go. Oh, God. You just reminded me of that. What are the 2 extra coins that they've made? They're proof sets. Okay.
Yeah.
National Coin Week has come and gone, and the Great American Coin Hunt will not be taking place this year due to the current public health situation.
It's just impossible, I think, to get people.
Well, I mean, think about it.
It's not even safe, really.
Nobody's out. Nobody's doing business. Yes, you could still throw the rare coins out there and let people search for them, but it's not.
It's so much harder for people that actually go out and spend that stuff to actually go out and spend that stuff right now. I mean, it's not very. It's not very easy to get that stuff into circulation right now.
I mean, think about it. Do you want somebody else's money right now?
Right. You having to spend a lot of extra time looking at money that's been circulating around might not necessarily be a safe thing to do. I mean, I don't know.
Come into the shop, get a free coin.
There you go.
You can pull it right out of the hand sanitizer yourself. You can pull it out of that, and then you can take it out.
Yeah. I mean, it's with. And it's really kind of a shame, to be honest with you, simply because of the fact that it's, last year was so special and so great, and it just this year is just kind of.
But doesn't that really reinforce how special last year was? And maybe this might spur on a stronger tack next year.
Oh, I know, we're hitting it hard next year for sure.
So. Yeah, so I think that there's a silver lining in that cloud. There's something to be had for that.
Well, and I think, I talked to a lot of people, and I actually posted something on our Facebook group last week, and actually during National Coin Week, asking, how people were using their time, their extra time to advance their numismatic knowledge, and what were they doing. And a lot of people said, reading books, organizing my collection, stuff like that. So, I mean, in a way, it was there's a silver lining to it, especially numismatically. But it's just it's one of those things. It's just such a shame.
Now, also newsworthy is new ANA board governor and Great American Coin Hunt champion Ron Oberth is challenging the members of the numismatic community to send 10 young people a Whitman coin folder.
Oh, yeah.
And that kind of feeds into it. Since we're all cooped up anyway, we should try to revisit activities that could be done at home or even by yourself,
Right.
He's hoping that the level of boredom that COVID has created, might spark some young people to look at something that they haven't considered, and maybe a few will catch the bug.
There's a lot of hobbies being picked up right now, I think, just simply out of necessity.
And some old school stuff. You know what I mean? That's because there's a reason why this was popular in days gone by and not so much anymore. It's because of the instant gratification world we live in. Well, guess what? That's been slowed down a little bit. So,
right. I even picked up a new hobby. Imagine that.
What'd you pick up?
Well, since I have 3 boys, I got to thinking about
feeding children.
No.
You'll pick that habit up. You will. You'll pick that hobby up before it's all over.
I kind of wanted to pick up something I could do with the kids, so I bought myself a drone, and we've been flying that thing around and just having a great old time. So
spying on neighbors?
Nope. I told the kids we're not allowed to do that. Yeah, it's not going to happen. But we've been flying around taking pictures of the local area from 300 feet, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So my Bears buddy neighbor.
Yeah.
You're not gonna see what he's doing.
What's he doing?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Oh, your Bears buddy neighbor? You need to borrow it?
Yeah. No, I'm talking about your guy. The guy who lives behind you.
Oh, yeah. No. Not going to spy on the former NFL player that lives next door. Not going to do it.
Let's see. So the ANA is offering a grading seminar for the Pittsburgh World's Fair money, slated to begin on August 4th. Okay. Intermediate U.S. coin grading will be offered as a 2-day seminar.
That's cool. Yeah, that's.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Evan and I, when these first came out, back, it's probably been 10 years ago now. Evan and I took a couple of these classes, and they're really awesome. We did them at where were we? It may have been Baltimore. We actually did the classes at, just to kind of get an idea, and it was awesome. It was really fun. I mean, we sat in a nice dark room, just like the graders do, for I think it was 6 or 7 hours, just looking at coins and talking to coin graders and people that actually at the time were grading for the grading companies. So it was fun to kind of pick their brain and see what they were looking at, and I really learned a lot. I know Evan did too. He actually went on to continue his education at the summer seminars, and
I'll tell you, I would really like to go to this particular course. I think intermediate U.S. coin grading is right about where I need right now. I was looking at the description. It says this mid-level course is intended to sharpen grading skills through hands-on group and individual exercises with instructor feedback on each coin. Students will gain a better understanding of current grading services philosophies and how they evolved in the marketplace. So they're going to tell you about market grading. Copper, silver, and gold specimens are covered with emphasis on AU through UNC examples.
And it's taught by Stephen Feltner, who I actually know pretty well.
Yeah.
We did some business with them when he was with Americana Rare Coins, and very, very smart guy. Works at PCGS right now. So
there you go.
Not a better person out there to learn from.
So the course cost is $250 for ANA members and $350 for non-members.
That's very fair. Like I said, that's that's 2 days of learning. You can go out and spend $250 or $350 on books and not get nearly the amount of hands-on experience that you'll get in this class. So I highly, highly recommend it.
I'll also tell you that if you poke around enough, you can find memberships to the ANA at, virtually no cost.
Well, yeah.
Sometimes none.
Sometimes none, that's right.
Sometimes none.
It's not always none, but
sometimes none. Well, yeah, we used to. But during National Coin Week. National Coin Week, they gave away, so, you can find it, and that's $100 off this class. So, right there.
Yeah, it's high. If you're kicking it around one way or the other, I highly recommend it, coming from somebody that's taken it. So,
I really want to take it. I do.
You should.
Let's see. So this one is really going to be a graphic, intense story. The U.S.
Okay.
Mint has announced the design for the 2020 Women's Suffrage Centennial Silver Dollar.
Okay, it's an interesting coin. I think did we look at these? I feel
Here's
like
the
I've seen
thing. I
this.
think it's an innovative design, right?
It's busy.
I think it works as a graphic.
Yeah, it'll be
Question
interesting to
is,
see
will
how
it
this
work as
translates
sculpture?
to a coin. Yeah.
I mean, how does this design translate into relief? I don't see it.
I think we've been commenting about that lately more and more. How we look at these kind of mock-ups that they produce, and we just I can't think of how they're going to make this a coin. I mean, where does the rim go on this coin? The design on this mock-up goes all the way to the rim on the obverse, and it's not like design that's just decorative. This is like part of her hat, so this is definitely something that's important to the design.
And look at all the depth to the design with the three women,
Right?
in depth. How are you going to do that with no relief?
It's going to be a weird looking coin. I think it's going to not translate well.
I think it's
for the
going to look
coin.
different.
It's going to be weird. I'm just saying, it's going to be weird.
Well, I think it's going to look vastly different than the line drawing.
I got
Which-
I got 4-1 odds that lady on the top comes out looking like a zombie. Just saying.
You're going zombie.
Yeah.
I'm going Wicked Witch.
Skeletor.
No. I'm going Wicked Witch of the West. I mean,
Yeah.
seriously, you can see the chin and the nose, and
It's possible. I mean, but this
Yeah.
is just one of those designs. I'm just not sure it's going to translate.
I'll get you, my pretty.
Oh, that's going to be a soundbite for sure coming up here.
So, I mean, that is the question. Is we're in an age now of digital design and digital coin design. Graphic artists are becoming coin designers and things like that. But we still have to remember, it's like in writing. I'm always preaching, never forget your audience. Well, never forget the material that you're trying to put this design on.
Dave Nelson on the live stream thinks Walter Mondale.
Walter Mondale. There you go. See, I'll buy Walter Mondale. I like that one. That one works good.
That's good.
And finally, in the news, mercifully, the angry news is almost over. People have been trying to find new and exciting ways to sanitize their things, and their money is absolutely no exception.
What?
Coin Collector's blog reminds us that there are many ways to disinfect your pocket change and currency. Alcohol wipes, rubbing alcohol, warm water, and soap all work pretty well.
Yep. Lysol.
Some
Spray
have
it down.
decided to get a little bit more sciencey and use other methods. Now,
I'm not sure I'd call this sciencey, but
well, it's sciencey because it's pseudo-sciencey, right?
now we know
So
what
now,
happens.
while UV light can be used to disinfect things generally, it's generally not a safe method. UV light can burn your skin and cause other problems like skin cancers, so not generally a good idea. But numerous banks are now reporting people bringing in badly burned money from being disinfected in the microwave. So let me just
Boy.
don't do this at home. I've always wanted to say
please
that.
do this. I'm really interested.
No, don't do this at home.
To
But
oh,
as
boy.
as any good blog article will do, rather than just pointing out people's stupidity, although sometimes that's a lot of the fun. Coin Collector's blog gives us a very simple, safe, effective, and downright cheap way to disinfect your money.
I didn't read it. What is it?
Okay, so if you want the safest way to disinfect your money, place it in a plastic bag that seals.
And mail it to Matt
Closed-
Shaker. Oh,
No,
sorry.
seriously. Close the bag most of the way. Leave about an inch unsealed. And then let the bag sit in a sunny area for about 24 hours. The natural UVC light will disinfect the
Your
money.
neighbors will thank you when it blows into their yard.
So when you're ready, remove the money and throw the bag away. Use a clean bag for the next round.
Wow. I mean,
That's straight from Coin
UV
Collector's
light.
blog.
I mean, I get it.
Solid advice. You can do that at home. Do not burn your money in the microwave.
Just don't
Because,
mind-
people were setting the stuff on fire in the microwave.
Oh, man, that's funny. That's pretty funny.
That's crazy stuff. Talking about money to burn, right?
No joke. Literally, money to burn.
Woohoo! So that was the news.
That was the angry
and
news.
the news
I loved
today
it.
was brought to you by. I'm sorry.
That was the angry news, and I actually kind of liked it.
Well, that was. It was the angry news. And this episode of the news is brought to you by the alphabet. Without letters, language and history would be nearly impossible to document. Thank goodness for the alphabet, currently available in Greek, Cyrillic, Hebrew, Latin, the alphabet.
Isn't there an Arabic alphabet too?
There's
lots of alphabets. I think there's just,
yes. Well, I mean, there's actually lots of subtypes too.
Coming soon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Coming soon to a store near you.
Absolutely.
See if we got any listener questions. You want to?
Yeah, absolutely.
You check the emails. I'll
John too.
You want to? Let's you check the emails. I'll check in with the live streams and see what we got.
No, you check the live stream because you have an easier time doing that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Questions at coinshowradio.com.
Let's just log in there. Let's just see. I know we had a couple.
You want a recovery email?
Uh-oh.
Don't usually have to do that, but whatever.
Here's one. Dave Nelson again. Matt mentioned that online business is banging. What types of things are people buying lots of? I know you've been doing some online stuff too, Mike. What have you been selling well?
Well, I'll tell you, surprisingly, I've been, and you and I have been laughing about it. I've been taking kind of a crash course in American numismatics, right?
Yeah.
What was it that you said to me earlier tonight? You said that you've cleaned out all the back slog and all the crap that you had laying around for 6 years.
No, 10 years. We cleaned out
10 years.
10 years worth of back stock in 6 weeks.
Well, I work for Harlan J. Burke, and so think about that times about probably 40 or 50.
I was going to say, you guys got probably 40 years of back stock.
So I've been cleaning off my boss's desk, and he takes pride in the fact that he'll walk over to me and he'll just, like today, he walks over with a box and gets stuff, and he goes, "Party!" It's like you're into this, is what he's saying. Right. So, the funny thing is the variety of stuff that he's given me. It's been Civil War tokens. It's been hard times tokens.
Right.
It's been and surprisingly, the thing that has really sold well has been California gold.
Yeah, I've just
little
been watching
fractional California gold coins. I've been selling the nuts off of those things.
I've been watching your stuff. You really have a menagerie of just stuff. I mean, just all sorts of stuff.
I've been trying to keep it mixed up. That's been really my doing. I work in the U.S. coins department, but there's also world coins there. I haven't really dabbled in the ancient stuff because I don't know anything about that.
Right.
But world coins, I can throw a couple out there and some currency and things like that. And I get some help from a lot of really smart people as far as pricing it. So once you price it, all you got to do is put it out there and say, "Hey, look at this."
Right.
And,
it'll go away eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as we go, we got caught in kind of a weird situation at our office. We had really just been making a concerted effort to kind of start eliminating some of the better stuff that we had laying around before all this happened. So we really have been scraping the barrel, especially this week, on stuff to get out. And, everything we've put up's been selling. We've been selling bullion. We've been selling collector coins. We've been selling, Chinese paper money. Just all sorts of stuff. And it's all been selling well. It's really not one thing more than the other. I can say has been really standing out in my mind. Of course, there's bullion. There's always bullion.
Well, people are trying to get a hold of bullion whether they can or not. That's the question.
Yeah, at the very beginning when all this stuff started to pop up, everybody and their brother was trying to buy bullion. It just wasn't available, and especially once the market fell from 17 to 11 over a period of 2 days, that was when. But
that 11 was a false. You couldn't really buy silver at 11. You couldn't buy it.
But a lot of people that are looking at the spot price just think that's the price.
Yeah, our phone was ringing off the hook.
Right. They think that's the number, and if you're selling it, that's going to be the number, and that's just not the case. So it wasn't the case for us. And cheap stuff sells, expensive stuff sells. I sold a Rolex today. It's just literally anything and everything. People are cooped up They're surfing the internet. They're doing something to pass the time and spending a few bucks here and there. So,
Amazon is booming.
oh, we've been ordering a ton of stuff off of there. Myself,
Everybody does because they're open.
they're open. They're always open. You know, you wake up in the middle of the night and you can't sleep. You can go on there and buy a 4-slot toaster and it be delivered the next day. You know what I mean?
Yes,
It's
you
like
can.
it's literally the shopping mall that is always open. So, but you know, getting back to our stuff, it's literally just been everything you can imagine. So, you got
So we do
anything?
have some listener questions
Shoot, yeah, go
on
for it. I got some
our
more too.
questions at coinshowradio.com, which is always nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, there's let's see. So this is plastic injection molding products manufacturer.
Okay.
So he's like, they do plastic. If you have any requirement, welcome to feel free to contact me. Okay.
Okay.
There's Joanna from TikTok. She wants to grow our TikTok with real followers and engagement.
Okay.
Yeah, there is somebody telling us about all the errors. I'm a bit shocked to see a high amount of errors on your website.
Oh.
And I can assume that you're probably a bit shocked as well. What I want to do is show you the number of broken links, pages, and that return to 40 whatever status upon request, images with no alt text, pages with no meta description tag, a missing unique meta description, having a title tag that's too. Yeah, okay. I worked on SEO for a while. It's like, trust me, you haven't even looked at our website.
I have a real question.
There were some actually serious, legitimate questions.
Oh, go
Mark
for it.
Shore
Okay.
says, hey guys, now that you're reviewing books, I recently read a book you might want to check out. It's called In God We Trust by William Beerley.
Okay.
I've never really been a big Civil War buff, but I always felt strongly that the motto was inappropriate on public coins. The book goes into detail on the story about how the Union wanted to out-God the Confederates, since the South mentioned God in their Constitution. Then it talks about men involved like the Treasury Secretary and Mint Director at the time, and it ends with more modern developments like Teddy Roosevelt and even post-2000 lawsuits. I thought it was pretty good. It certainly wasn't very exciting, but it was interesting. I'd give it an AU 50.
Cool. See, I like that.
Yeah, and Bill Beerley actually is a member of the Chicago Coin Club.
Oh, cool. See,
So
that's
we
great.
had some signed copies of the book in our shop.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Jeff Fichtelman. Question for tonight's broadcast. Hi, Mike and Matt. Hope all is well. This question has to do with submitting coins to PCGS or NGC. Have you guys tried any submission tricks? Quotes. And if so, would you guess any have been successful?
Yes and no. I've tried all sorts of stuff, and there is really no surefire way to get to trick the graders. But aside from putting, coins in bulk lots and just hoping that they miss them, there's really nothing out there that I've ever had any luck with.
You hope that you get a guy on a good day.
And then sometimes you don't. That's just there are no tricks.
Right.
Unfortunately.
There's no tricks. There's no shortcuts.
Oh, I've tried.
And honestly, if anybody had them, they probably wouldn't tell you.
I would, but they're just aren't.
Well, yeah. This because you're a great guy. This next question is for Mike. As I've heard you say you enjoy Jefferson Nichols, do you foresee Jefferson's gaining collecting popularity over the next 30 years? Or will this continue to be a niche collector series? So
let's see what Mike has to say here. You already know how
here's
I
the
feel.
thing. I think that Mint State Jeffersons might be something that people collect. I think that there is still a numismatic Everest out there that nobody has tackled, and that is to complete a set of full step nickels. Whether or not that's possible or not. But I think that as long as that goal is out there, there will be people that will try and climb that mountain.
Yeah.
And I think that is about the only thing that's going on in Jefferson's.
I agree.
The thing is, look, people are culling all the Silver War nickels that they can. And other than those, you can find shield nickels and V nickels in change every once in a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's not really any value in them.
And most people know that I'm not a huge fan of that particular coin, but if you really put your brain around it, you have to think that these coins were being minted before World War II, and it's not unusual to still find them in your change.
Hmm?
I mean, you can find.
Well, there was no reason for people to call them out, and I think that's
Right.
really more with the
So,
the
but
survival
if you're,
rate of them.
if you were actually, collecting with a kid and looking to actually find something from the bank you can go through and fill holes, Jefferson nickels are a great way to start somebody off with this stuff. And
Yeah, because you can find virtually everything in both. Are there 3 books?
yeah,
Either both or 3 books. You can
I
find
don't do the late
everything
ones.
just from the bank.
Right. You
And
can
you might
literally
have a
get
problem 38D, 38S, 39D, 39S, 50D.
with enough
But-
work, you could probably put together 98% of a Jefferson nickel set out of pocket change.
Yep, for face value.
Yes.
Now, here's, the question that Jeff posed said that, I'm a kind of a Jefferson guy, and I think that it's because he's heard me talk about him enough. What I'll tell you I really, really like about Jeffersons is this. The nickel and copper alloy is relatively hard.
Right.
And so striking them, they don't always strike out all the planchet defects. So when you're looking at a Jefferson nickel, you need to figure out whether it's a bag mark or a planchet defect that hasn't struck out. And so there's those kind of things that take a little bit more of a trained eye. I just think that kind of stuff is interesting. I also, am one that I love the whole full step, the whole pursuit of that, because it is something that's fully struck. You have full head standing Liberty quarters, you have full bands, Mercury dimes. Yeah, I think full steps are, particularly pre-67, something very, very, but you're going to get a porch all through the 50s and 60s. It's full porch.
Full porch.
That's what they should do. They make a full porch.
So let's see if I got one here. I do. Barry Richardson asks, have they released W coins yet? Do you know?
They have.
They have.
They have. There have been reports already of the, I think it's Guam.
Is that
No, it's not Guam. It's American Samoa.
Samoa?
The bat, the bat quarters are the 2020, and they've been showing up with the privy marks on them, which I learned a little bit more about. We were corrected last week by one of our contributors, Justin Irvin,
Great. Please keep it up. If we
PFC
screw
Justin.
up,
Hey,
we'll
you know
own
what?
it. We own
Look.
it.
So I reported that I believe this was the first coin to have a privy mark the U.S. has minted, and I believe that Matt said I'm not sure, but the fact of the matter is that the 1 ounce platinum proof coin had a privy mark on it from 2009 to 2013. There you go. That was the first. This is the first circulation coin
There you go.
that's ever had it. So, hey, but way to keep us honest. I like the fact that people call us out on stuff, because look, at the end of the day, what is our biggest complaint about some of the people that are out there? They spread bad information.
Right. If we're
So
spreading
absolutely correct us. Let's get
Tell
good
me.
information out there.
it. Yep.
Yeah.
Dave posted, na the bat coin.
I'll tell you what. There was a bat coin this year
Yeah.
that when you shined a light on it at the right angle, it would shine the bat signal on the ceiling.
Cool.
Yes, very, very cool coin.
That's
They wanted like $150 for it,
not cool.
and it was made out of base metal.
Especially not cool.
And the side that shined the bat signal
Right.
had nothing on it that you could see. It was like holographic. It was really, really cool. Kind of like that. You remember the niobium coin? Those purple and blue, and those things are worth a lot of money now.
That's what isn't that amazing?
Yeah. But we knew from the time we saw it. I was like, I love that coin. It looked very steampunk.
How many did you buy?
I didn't.
Well,
Same as I bought of
all those other things that we
1995 W
Yeah.
Silver Eagle.
All those other things we talked about at the show never bought.
Yeah.
Let's see. Anybody? Any other questions? Anything else in the email, or was that it?
Well, that was that for Jeff's.
Okay.
Thank you, Jeff.
Yep. Thanks, Jeff.
Let's see. I should check one more place.
Yeah,
Because
I know it's stuck in your head now, huh?
Isn't that what that is? Bitcoin.
Oh, Batcoin.
I know, but I was Bitcoin.
Where's that sound effect of you drinking? Where is it?
I've had a couple of beers, so no, it's Wednesday.
It's just another Wednesday.
One of my favorites.
That was probably like 7 a.m. too.
It was years ago. It was years ago.
That was years ago.
It was pre-episode 100 for sure.
Wow.
So, years ago.
Let's see.
Still my favorite one.
You're exactly right.
I know. I still play that to myself when I'm just sitting here. Over and over.
Yeah, no, I got nothing else.
Okay, well, sounds like it's time to wrap that one up.
Yep.
All right. Well, now, for everybody's favorite.
Oh, absolutely.
Everybody's favorite.
The
I mean,
news
I don't even know.
sponsors.
I don't even know why we do the rest of the show. Actually, I was just thinking about this.
You know, if you want, we could just spin this off into its own show. The coolest thing to walk into Matt's shop.
Oh, it's not mine this week. It's yours, buddy.
Hey, Mike,
Well-
what was the coolest thing that walked into your shop this week?
Well, here's the thing. So, this is a competition, but you have to understand that the shops aren't open.
Yeah, there's nothing walking in.
So there's nothing coming in. But as my boss comes across and says "party" to me, a very cool coin came across my desk.
Okay, what you got?
So I decided that this is the coolest thing that walked in.
All right, let's take a look at it here.
Let's take a look.
Oh my!
So this
Where's
is
George.
Oh my.
There he is.
This is a 1922 peace dollar.
Okay. One of the highest mintages
you have to tilt
of
it
the dollar
in.
series, but yes.
Yes, you have to tilt it in a kind of special way to see the date, but you can see the date very clearly, which means that if this coin would grade, that it very possibly would qualify for Poor 1, which
I
would
love
make
low
it a
balls.
low ball coin.
I don't know why I like them so much, but I love low balls.
I do, it's like there's just something that makes me want to touch this coin.
I know they feel different. They feel neat. They feel very slick, and I mean they're just super cool.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, I don't know if I would part with this thing to put it in a slab. But it's probably worth enough money to try.
They're harder to get graded straight than you think.
Really?
I have tried several times and been disappointed. I mean, I've also got some certified, but they're harder to get in a Poor 1 holder than you think, especially
Well, I mean,
straight
what's the
graded.
general issue
Usually
when you try and get them in?
Usually these coins have been through the ringer. They've been scrubbed, or they have scratches or rim dings, or other issues that stop them from being a problem-free coin. And being a problem-free coin is the problem. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
No problem.
Right. Having no problems is the problem, because most of these coins
Okay.
have something wrong with them.
Because by the time they got to this state for a reason.
Right. Natural
And
wear
that's
tear.
usually not because somebody was sitting here going
Yeah.
all day.
A lot of times it had to do with slot machines in Las Vegas back in the day.
Yes, and honestly, there were a lot of them that got good on a square that way. This coin is a crapshoot because there are a couple of marks on it that they could possibly say are damage.
It does have a little
but
rim
it's-
ding, I think. Just looking at the picture.
There are no rim dings on this at all.
Okay, might just beware, but about 1 o'clock on the obverse, I think looks like it might be a little rim ding.
No, actually, and no, I do see what you're saying. Well, actually, maybe it is a rim ding. Take a look at this. I see something really quick. Let me just kind of click this out for a second. Because it's like I thought it was inner rim.
It could be wear. It's just from the picture.
Well, it is what it is, right? That's the thing I've learned about coins is they are what they are.
There's Mike. We're looking at you, buddy. Looking at that coin right now.
Honestly, no, it's not a rim ding.
Okay.
It has an indentation.
But it's
Like
just
it's been
worn that way.
dropped there at one point, but it doesn't damage the whole rim. You know what I mean?
Well, and sometimes when you get those coins that are real lowball like that, they actually flatten the rim out in a weird way, and it'll make them kind of look like that. And also, you have that little area there that's kind of
the top of the tee.
missing design, and it does get worn a little bit differently. So it could very well account for it.
I don't know.
But yeah,
So this was what came across my desk, and what I wanted to put up against you tonight for coolest thing to walk in.
well, you win because I don't have anything. Like I said, we have been in liquidation mode as far as just stuff being around, and we haven't bought anything in the last 6 weeks. So,
So
you win, buddy. You win.
I'll tell you what. So for in 2 weeks,
Okay.
if and it's not really a big if we're not back into the regular mode of doing things, and it probably won't. I mean, we'll probably be in the shop.
Yeah.
So I will say the coolest thing to cross your desk
Okay. Deal.
in 2 weeks.
Deal.
Okay. We'll
find
go
something.
at it. We'll roll the sleeves up and we'll go haymaker
I mean,
for haymaker.
I have stuff everywhere, but it's just none of it's cool.
What's the coolest thing on your desk right now?
It's hard to see. This is a bag of 1600s Polish silver coins. There's like 400 of them in there.
Wow.
But they're just
Where'd you get
they're
those?
beat. Just from
Adam?
the European dealer sold them to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just stuff.
The dealer was European, or
Yes, the dealer was European from a European place. But I mean, it's all stuff. It's nothing that I like to really bring up. And I mean, here's another cool thing. Here's a bag of 100 Roman tetradrachms. I mean, just silver.
oh no! See, I got spanked into how to pronounce that word.
Oh, and how do you pronounce that word?
It's pronounced tetradram.
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 Well, I'm not going to be all fancy like you Chicago ancient types, and I'm just going to keep.
Hey, you know
calling
what?
it
I just
want.
had the foremost authority in the world
Oh, I
talking to me about it. So
You tetradram all
he
you want,
tells
buddy.
me it's gospel.
I believe you. Tetradrachum.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I have cool stuff,
I have
but this
other
is
cool
nothing-
things on my desk. I have this nearly slick 1808 half.
Okay, yeah, they come that way.
I have a nearly slick 1825 bust half.
People are going to be roasting.
And
you
I
for
think
how
my
you're holding
favorite
those,
out
by
of the
way.
three of these is a nearly, and not as slick, but hold 1806 drape bust half.
You're holding it wrong. There you go. I'm trying to save you some trouble there, buddy.
Yeah, you know how that's going to go. It's going to be like, yeah, okay.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, so
You can address your
I got
hate mail
those.
to
I still
Mike
got those 2 rows of Frankies.
Oh, his email's right underneath
they're
his
gonna be
name
sitting
for all
there
the
for a
hate
long
mail,
time.
guys. It's right underneath.
I've got some really cool love tokens on my desk. I got a 3-set silver. I got a Civil War token.
We're
That same so-called dollar that was sitting there last when we were talking on the Super Secret podcast.
I think May 1st we're gonna roll out slowly in Indiana, which means they might let us open up in a limited capacity, which would be okay with me as long as we have masks and Lysol and all that other stuff. But we're still trying to figure it out. So
The law in Illinois reads currently that starting on May 1st, if you are in a public space where you are unable to distance yourself by 6 feet from other people, you have to wear a mask.
right.
So
I think
you're going to throw all the infected people in a cell with other infected people, and
we have a meeting
watch
later
what
this
happens.
week to figure out exactly how we're going to do it. We have 4 employees that are 65 and over, so I mean, and age-wise, they're in your age group. So,
hey, take it easy.
so we have to make sure that I don't see any other way but just to keep those guys out for a while.
Yeah, you do have to watch out for the elderly.
I mean,
Maybe I should talk to my boss about that.
You should.
He's older than me.
Yeah, but I mean, we'll have us young guys in there, with masks and limit the customers. I think we have a meeting about it tomorrow, so we'll figure it out. But
yeah, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to talk later this week and just kind of figure out how we can go about it. Look, we've been working the entire time.
Yeah, we have to. I mean,
so it's a matter of now that I finally gotten everything set up and comfortable here at home. Now I'm going to take the operation to move back downtown and start taking the giant petri dish every day to work.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. You ride the train, don't you?
Yeah.
Ooh.
But I'll tell you what, those trains are empty, man.
I bet they are.
I haven't ridden one since.
Steve corrected me. He's 60, so I have 3 guys that are 65 and over and one that's 60. You're still staying home, Steve.
There you go.
So
paid.
No, not that one.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy. Well, that's another one. That's 160. We knocked that one down.
Man, 160.
I know. I can't believe it. Amazing.
They just keep adding up. And the funny thing is that we've done like 5 or 6 of the other podcasts too.
Yeah, we just did 6. We did 6.
So I mean, it's so. Look, we're making up for lost time, I guess.
Yeah, we need to come up with a name for that period where we went dark for a while, just dealing with stuff.
The Dark Ages.
The Dark Ages?
The Dark Ages.
I'll put some thought to it. I'll come up with another.
Okay.
With a,
you can come up with some bust a move kind of.
There you go. I got a sound for that.
Play that funky music, white boy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love that one.
No, play mine. Play my favorite.
Which one's your favorite?
Carlton.
Carlton.
That's my favorite.
Oh, boy. This is fun. I'm having a good time. See, I've been looking forward to this because this is one of my getaways. This is one of my things I can do and not have to worry about, because the kids are asleep, wife's out there just watching TV. So these are always my getaway time to do these, hang out and talk with you guys. So
6 or 8 years when you get, all your video or your audio files loaded on there and you know where they're at and you're playing with them and you're interjecting things all the time. It's like you're going to have a lot of fun with this.
It's getting easier. I always have said from the beginning when we started doing this video thing and now the soundboard and everything, I'm a coin dealer just figuring this stuff out as I go. So what we get is what we get. And
you're becoming a media mogul.
I don't know about that, but so far I'm pleasantly surprised with what we're putting out. So hope you guys like it.
Now, this is no reflection on you. This is just the level that it jumped from one to the other. I'm completely shocked and amazed.
Well,
I didn't think we were capable of this kind of stuff. I just didn't. Live streaming, YouTube and Facebook, and doing video.
There's a will, there's a way, my friend. So if you guys like what we're putting out, leave a like. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I know I see people out there.
Yeah, go to patreon.com, www.patreon.com/thecoinshow.
If you want to support the show,
throw us a bone there.
And it's really
Support
all
the
come
show.
from the patrons and the supporters and just the people that send us the messages that say, hey guys, we like what you're doing. I like what you're doing. Thanks for doing it. That, more than anything else, keeps me going. It keeps me happy.
Yes. No,
makes
absolutely. It's like we're not getting rich doing this, that's for sure. But we're doing it because we love doing it. And we love what it's doing, right? What this is creating, what the legacy of this putting. I'll be happy in the short time from now when I die, right? That this is something that I've left behind that I can be very proud of.
There you go. I love that. And we'll remember you, Mike.
when I hit 80.
So like in 3 weeks,
next
right?
week.
Yeah. Oh, that was good. That was good, Mike. So you're getting it now. You're getting it. You're picking it up.
Yeah.
You're picking it up.
Sure. I'm picking up what you're laying down.
That's right. All right, buddy. Well, let's wrap this thing.
So I still didn't get an answer from a lot of listeners, so I'm going to put this out there one more time.
Okay.
I want to know during this lockdown, what have been the stupid games that you've downloaded on your phone and played?
I'll ask my wife. She's been playing this numbers game that's driving me nuts. So I'll ask her.
I've been playing this stupid soccer kick game, right?
I don't like soccer.
I don't watch soccer. nothing to do with it, but it's just one of those things where it's like it's a guy and there's a meter that goes like this, and you got to hit it in the middle, right? When you hit it in the middle, he gets all of it, and it goes. And there's just something cathartic about kicking this soccer ball and watching it go for miles. You know, it's like you feel like you've taken out some sort of exertion when you really haven't.
What's the coolest thing to walk into Mike's crypt? I like that.
Oh, who said that?
Dave Nelson, of course. Dave.
Nice.
Yeah, thanks,
Comedian.
Dave. Dave's on it tonight, man. He's been ripping
Yeah, he
them on
is.
it. He's taking off his headset. He's done. He's out of here. He's done, guys. Look at him. He gave up. Oh, I thought you were just giving up and walking out and throwing that.
I slammed that down on the just
Pulling
slammed
a
that down
football
on the
coach move, you know. Yeah. All right, buddy. Well, let's wrap
The
this.
Bears
sucker
are
up.
who we thought they were.
You got your clothes you want to go out with?
Oh yeah. So here, I'll tell you what. So
Dropping hints there, you know.
thank you to our contributors, our patrons, people that wrote to us, offered suggestions or ideas, posted to social media, asked questions, or in some other way inspired us. Thanks to Tony Alvarez Band. Thanks to Justin Irvin. Thanks to Ernesto Aguilar. And thanks to you for listening. You know, without this, it just wouldn't be worth doing.
Oh, sure it would, but nobody else would enjoy it as much as we do.
No, well, I don't think anybody still enjoys it as much as we do, but
That's true.
that's okay.
That's true. Good point.
But you're still never going to a football game with me again.
Never,
Is that
ever.
true?
It's not going to happen.
Wow. Okay.
We'll go to
We
baseball
found the
game.
line.
I'll go see your team.
So for the Coin Show, I'm Mike.
And I'm Matt.
We'll talk to you next time on the Coin Show.
I can tell by the way you look at me that it will not be